One Tuesday, I made it. As soon as you step into the living room and approach the dining area, they'll notice you. And she's over with a big smile, already sitting there. One try is it delicious, sister is an amazing cook. You force a smile and nodding, taking a bite from the spoon at the holes in front of your mouth. Your eyes finally select at a sweet taste, surprise you, it's really good and you can't help yourself. Can I have more? Other nods. Mrs. Kim chuckled with the way you asked so sweetly. You are 3 months pregnant. This marriage wasn't exactly your choice. It wasn't arranged or rather forced. 8 months ago, her sister Ada was supposed to marry them, but she ran away on the wedding day. Without warning, you found a note in her room next to her wedding dress. The day was shouting and see both families' reputation. They made you the bride instead. You were strongly against it at first. Ada has always been the favorite child, admired for her skill and position as the CEO of your dad's company. Meanwhile, you are an elementary school teacher. What shocked you most was when Ada returned 3 months ago and your parents forgave her so easily. She claimed she wasn't ready to marry because of the stress of the company's losses and pressure, and your parents respected that reason without question. You were angry first because she ran away from her own wedding, second because you were forced to take her place, and third because she was forgiven so easily. But over time your anger faded. You discovered Tang was a perfect husband and two of you fell in love. On your wedding day, Tang admitted he never liked your sister and only agreed to this marriage because of family pressure. But he saw you as his ideal type, someone who enjoys his life and isn't obsessed with work like him. You were both happy and confused, especially since you had a crush on a college. But over time you fell for Taeyang despite trying to stay guarded. His action, his caring word and the way he looked after you made you fall completely in love with him. The one you wait 2 months wait, she says loud enough for everyone to hear. You look at her. Although you know how much I love sweets and you made my favorite one. You say and start eating again, making others smile. Others move, so my plan is working. Soon my sister will know what she did to me. Ma hated for her girls every day. She has no idea how dangerous this is trying to take them from me. I am still angry at her parents for making her marry him. I was overwhelmed with the company's problem at that time, so I couldn't go through this marriage. But then they made her marry my Taeyang. Does she even know how manipulative she is? She has always taken away every good man I like or love. While I was busy working hard for that company, she was enjoying her life. Now this time I understand I won't let you take what's mine. Mom, you are so great cook. I always want to be like you do. You say with a mouthful of sweets. I have made a cake too, and look, it's a favorite strawberry ice cream. My stomach is full, but I still want to eat that cake. Jewel as they enjoy the food. And they arrive. They see you, Mrs. Kim, Ada sitting in the living room, chatting, with a smile when he sees you. But once and I notice you shifting uncomfortably in your seat. He walks over and stands beside you, catching Ada's eyes. She glances a jaw at the side of the uncle's arm for you. When are you okay? Before you can reply and rush over the bathroom, covering your mouth with your hand, the uncle quickly follows after you. Is everything okay? I think why not vomit? She says with a concern and everyone nod. I will check on her. No other thing is with her. If anything is wrong, he will let us know. Ada nods, trying to hide a fake concern on her face. Meanwhile, you rush into the bathroom and Jiang follows right behind you, seeing you hunt on the vomiting, his eyes widened and round. One his brain wakens as he takes his aim. His heart races at the thought of that you may have eaten the food the doctor quickly forward. He quickly gathers your hand, trying to hit back and from soothing circle in your back. He whispers gently reassurance even his very cross. Watching you struggle like this makes his chest tighten with fear and anger. It's okay that I'm here. His voice is steady. Down his side of the light is between him. After a few minutes later, as you start to settle down, they are helpful in you. You are too weak to do as on your own. Your face pale and dead. He lifts you in his arm, carrying you back to the bathroom with ease. He helps you gently on the edge of the bed and kneels in front of you, holding your face with the tender hands. Drinks the water, baby. He presses a glass to your lips, gliding into a drink. Your eyes are open and unfocused. His arms above you, back out, keeping you steady so you don't fall. Did you eat something sweet? His voice is deep with soft voice with a concern, you not weakly, and then closing his eyes, taking a deep breath, steady himself. His hand does not leave your back as he processes the moment. Did you forget what a doctor said last time? He asked, his tone serious but not wanting to scare you. You won't again. You retreat on your face. He sighed the tension and his jaw relaxing only slightly. Seriously, his voice breaks a little, eyes full of worry and frustration. I haven't had sleep in so many days there. I am the doctor warned you, but Ada made them specially for me. There was sudden at the mention of Ada. The muscle in his jaw tightening and the anger flashed across his face. What the hell, man? She knows the doctor told you not to eat those foods. She was just 2 days ago when the doctor made it clear. They hung tightened at his shoulders abruptly. One grabbed his hand in a hurry. Please, I think she might have forgotten to. Stop, man. He leans down, holding her face with both hands and kissing her forehead gently. Let me handle this, okay? I need to find out if she did this on purpose or not. He helped you lie back against the pillow, tucking the blanket around you. Don't get up, alright? I'm calling the doctor. He presses soft kiss to her lips, then walk out of the room, glancing back all last time before leaving, eyes full of worry. In the living room, they hung. How is she? What happened to her? They were struggling as they locked onto Ada. His expression cold and furious. He strides toward her. Why did you give her sweets? His voice sharp and the room was silent, everyone clenching at a sudden outburst. What is the meaning of this? Answer me. Did you do this on purpose? His eyes glimmer dangerously and a mix of protective rage and disbelief. Eyes start to between her son and Ada. The way he only reacts like when something serious is at stake. What are you talking about, Tiang? She stumbles, visibly uneasy. Tiang lets out a dry, sarcastic laugh. Doctor mistaking my male to see her wife. Tiang chose one last searing glare at Ada before turning back to focus on you. I already warned you. Why did you eat sweets? It's dangerous for you. The doctor tone is strained but not harsh. Exchanging guarded glances at Ada, lingers by the doorway. Anxiety clear on her face. She knows Tiang has figured out her intentions. My goodness, find us our food falling from the sweets. Sits beside you on the edge of the bed, brushing her hand over your head as the doctor hands over the medicine and mouth to Tiang before leaving. More mother knew everything. She gave the sweets to a man on purpose. His voice is cool and controlled with the anger simmers beneath. With her clenches her face to fabric of her dress, crumpling in her grasp as she quickly stepped back. Can we discuss this later? She looked at him, pleading for calm. This happened because of her. I need to know why. He glanced down at you, softens returning on his eyes as he wraps your hand reassuringly with one last look. He leave the room. His voice is sharp, almost ground. At that time with the throat. Why did you give her sweets when you knew it would harm her? With a defensive tone, raising her hands. Then calm down. I just want to make her happy. She kept asking for more and couldn't say no. Step closer, his eyes flashing. Don't lie to me. You're not doing this out of concern. You are trying to hurt her. Do you realize what would have happened if she had gotten worse? And the feeling of answer was rising. I don't know what you are talking about. She is the one who insisted on eating so much. I even told her to stop. What's dangerous to do? Stop pretending and say to you without. If you ever pull something like this again, I would ask you to make sure you regret it. Smile and speak with a fake sweetness. Then don't you say she's spoiled and stubborn. She doesn't even listen to her own husband. I'm only helping her to see her true colors. Then felt his cringe, anger overtaking him, and all fear of God to talk about the way she stand up the better person than you ever be. You were regular choosing her woman, you don't even know the real her. At that moment when vaguely entered the room, her face pale and she struggled to speak. Then please don't worry, I'm fine. Don't do this because of me. Immediately rushes to one, his stamina changing from rage to fear concern. One, you shouldn't be at fear. Come here, let me help you. He wraps his arm around her, carrying her gently back to sit down, his face full of worry and care. Ada watches her clenched fist and stone, her face frozen with jealousy, though she forces herself to look concerned. In a sugary tone, when you were worrying, I'm sorry if you felt sick. Enough, Ada, we don't need your fake concern here. If you ever think of causing her harm again, you will have to deal with me. He turns away from her, focusing all his attention back on one while others stand there. Her blood boils as she watches him treat one with such emotion. Still, Mrs. came into the room, sensing the tension, they exchange a worried look, noticing the icy stare Tiang has fixed on Ada. In a calm tone, Tiang, let's talk about this calmly. Ada is one sister. You know how much family matters to her. With a touch of disappointment in her voice, But then at the point, Ada, you know one shouldn't eat sweets. The doctor warned her clear. You are mad. Favorite dessert why? Feeling hurt, her eyes wide. I didn't mean any harm. I just wanted one to enjoy something nice. I didn't realize she ate so much. Furious, turning his parents, no, I want her out of this house. She knew exactly what she was doing. The doctor said, strictly served no sweets, and yet she made one favorite on purpose. Giving her that disappointed look, Ada, we took you in our house as a daughter, not like a guest. How could you discredit something that risks my health like this? Interject softly but calmly, it's not Ada's fault. I'm the one who insisted on eating more, even when she tried to stop me from looking at her with confusion. You are defining her even after all this, trying to calm him. I shouldn't have ignored the doctor's advice. I was sweet and I didn't mean for any of this to happen. His voice hardening, his gaze shifting from one to other. You can't see what's happening here. This is a misunderstanding. She's been making uncomfortable since she got here, pretending to take care of you while real aim is something else. Growing puzzled, Taeyang cut over, his voice rising with frustration. No one, she's going to get close to me to interfere in our lives. I won't stand by and let her manipulate you like this. Please, Taeyang, don't make things to bigger like this. I will be careful from now on. Ada didn't mean it. Stare at his face hardening as he realized she shouldn't understand this. Fine, keep defending her if you want, but I won't sit here. With that, he stormed out of the room, his frustration evident in his tense, rigid posture entering the bedroom. He slams the door shut, running a hand through his hair as he tries to calm his racing thoughts. He will hurt and betrayed, not only by Ada's action, but by refusal to see. Ada's voice, I watched him storm off, a smile tugs at my lips. His furious mind is upset and I finally succeed in planting a seed of discord between them. Exactly as I planned, poor Nepal, always regarding me like a perfect little sister she is. She has no idea how easy it for me to twist her kindness into my weapon. They might be angry now, but soon he will see Ryan isn't the perfect wife he thought she was. She doesn't deserve him the way I do. I work for everything in my life and she just was it, taking the one man who should have mine. I won't let her give him. Looking at Mr. and Mrs. Kim, I want her to stay with me. I need her here. Hesitate with the exchange, worried glances with her husband. One, if that's what you want, of course she can stay. On the bed, trying to calm his anger, but frustration is aged deep in his expression. The door creaked open and he glanced up to see One entered. Her face set with a resolve that she had straight to the medicine. She picked up the glass of water and nightstand, and before he can reach out to help, in a soft voice, but dance and let me help, cuts him off, glaring at him. Don't, I can manage myself. His jaw clenches as he watches her swallow the medicine, feeling a pang of hurt mixed with anger. I only said I did because I'm trying to protect you and I can't see you dead. Protecting me by causing my own sister trying to get close to your thing. How could you even think that? She scoffed, eyes narrowing slightly, because I know how she looks at me when this is a misunderstanding. Shake her head, looking away. You are wrong there. Ada may have her flaws, but she wouldn't do that. She's my sister. Why would she even want to take you from me? Sighs were defeated. I'm only trying to look out for you, but you can't see it. It feels and off, watching her avoids his gaze. Her silence saying more than words, Thankful growing distant between them. He starts thinking as he realized she's more upset with him than he expected. Moment later, Tang sit on the bed, his hand still clutching at the tension of a merely argument in the air. He watches Lino now pacing around across the room, her face written with anger and frustration, trying to keep calm. One, please, just listen to me. I'm only worried about you. Ada has been cutting him off, her voice trembling with sarcasm. Worried about me or about Ada, because it seems like she is all you care about these days. Tang brows knit together in confusion, his stand stepping closer to her, trying to bridge the gap. But she backed away. What are you talking about? I care about you and only you, letting out a bitter laugh. Then why do you spend so much time, Ada? Why are you so quick to accuse her? Why do you even get under your skin? Frustrated, running hand raised her because she is doing things to hurt you and trying to protect you. Or maybe you are the one who is doing something for her. Then looks at her, strained, and one word hit him hard. He can see the pain in her eyes when doubts begin to surface, and he feels his heart drop. He feels his heart sink as one word begin to spiral, each one sticking more. Bitterly, is that why you care so much about Ada? Because deep down you still want her. She is beautiful, confident. She's a CEO, just like you. You two walk so closely together. Everyone used to talk about how perfect you look together. Staring at her shocked, man, what are you talking about? Voice rising, maybe our parents were right to think you would be perfect much. She was supposed to be your bride. Maybe you still wish she was, don't you? Tang faced with hurt and anger. He can barely believe the word coming out from her mouth. But before he can respond, she continued. I'm just someone who gets thrown into the place. Maybe you looked at her and see everything I'm not. Tang stepped forward, anger flashing in his eyes, and his son switches, but he catches himself just before raising his hand. He lets out a shaky breath, horrified on his action. He watches one eyes closed and pressing himself. Tang whispered, his voice trembling, I am sorry, Wan. I didn't mean. Tears streaming down her face. She snaps, see. You don't even love me anymore. Maybe you never did. Tang stared at his stern and hurt. She looked away, mixture of sadness and frustration overwhelmed her as she tries to push him away. Firmly with a hint of desperation. When this isn't your talking, this are just your pregnancy mood. You're not even thinking straight. Angry, her voice shaking. Don't blame my emotion. I know exactly what I'm saying. Maybe you're just tired of me and this marriage. Tang ran her hand to his, struggling to find the right word. He watches her, unable to understand the doubt that seemed to have taken over her heart, feeling frustrated and heartbroken at the same time. One, I've blocked you from the moment we got married, not your sister anymore else. You are the only one I choose to be with every day, but you have to trust me. One stays silent, filled with uncertainty, and Taeyang can only stand there, feeling helpless and attempting to prove his love to her. After Taeyang's heartbreak, Wan remains quiet. I guess he's done. Taeyang feels her silence cutting deep, but he respects her space and decides to step back, hoping she will come around. Later that evening at dining area, Wan politely avoids making eye contact with Taeyang. Her response came out clipped and short. She braces herself with her plate, ignoring his attempt to reach out. Taeyang just frightened with frustration and sadness. He glanced at Mrs. Kim and exchanged a worried look with her response, sensing the tension between them. Meanwhile, Ada sat beside Wan, but keeps casting several glances at Taeyang. Her eyes glistening with mischief, she is careful, making sure no one else notices her stolen looks. But Taeyang catches everyone, feeling suffocated. He finally stops eating, dropping his fork with cold clatter. Concerned, Taeyang, dear, are you alright? You haven't eaten much. Coolly, without looking up. I don't have an appetite. Without waiting for a response, Taeyang stand up, leaving the dining room, and head toward the garden one outside. He takes a deep breath and catching for a way to calm his nerves and around him as he stands to the dark, trying to make sense of everything. A few minutes later, he heard footsteps behind him. He turned to see Ada approaching, a snake playing on her lip as she closed at the distance. Just a little smile, love to you, Taeyang. Taeyang narrows his eyes, realizing an idea forming in his mind. Without missing a beat, he unlocks his phone, activates the microphone, and slip into his. Leaning with his mic, you could see that he has some company within heart. Ada's eyes sparkle, mistaking his intent. She edges closer, speaking in a low voice meant to seduce him. You know, Taeyang, it doesn't have to be this hard. One doesn't understand you like I do. I know what you need, and I have been here before, haven't I? She trails her finger lightly along his arm, pretending to consider her words very low. Really, Ada, and what is it you think I need? Leaning even closer, you deserve someone who matches you, someone who appreciates you, not someone who is too innocent to understand what you want, someone like me. Then catches his jaw, resistant to urge to pull her hair and slap hard. As her words spill out, each one confirming his suspicions, even began to badmouth Ryan, making suggestive comment about how he would married. Finally, when he had enough, he pulls his phone from his pocket and stops the recording. He smirks, holding the phone on. She can see it. Smirk has been listening to every word you just said. Ada's face peeled instantly. Her confident expression crumbled as Taeyang plays Spike a snippet of the recording. Her voice echoing back her own manipulative word, coldly, voice filled with menace. How does it feel, Ada? I wonder what one will think when she hears what her caring sister really think of her. Panic, Taeyang, you wouldn't. Try me using her that you heard her again. I want you not stay out of our lives or this recording become my own business. She isn't shocked, but then Ada's smirk grows. And Taeyang's expression darkens. With a confident, almost looking laugh, she unlocks her phone and holding it in front of him, scrolling through a series of photos. Taeyang is recognizing himself or at least someone who likes him. Leaning him closer, kissing Ada in a dimmer light. The resemblance is here of the moment. Even he feels a strange weight in his stomach. Look familiar, Taeyang. Don't, but it's not you. But it sure looks convincing, doesn't it? Just think about it while we see this, and you can imagine what you will think. Taeyang took Francis very building with each passing second as Ada continued to twist her taunt. Although I will tell one that you have been playing her all along, that you are cheating on her and that you made her fake recording just to shift the blame onto him. She loves her eyes cleaning with molecular satisfaction. How do you think she will react when she has proof right here? She will definitely. As the word was left from her lips, something snapped inside Young. His face was blurred and angled before he realized what he was doing. The gun shot out and grabbing a fistful of her hair back against the wall, pinning her there. His hand closing around her. Voice low, dangerous. You think you can threaten me? Threaten my marriage? You don't know what you are dealing with at all. Anna gaps, struggling against his hold, her face peeling, and she finally realizes she is crossing the line. The smoky smell creates a place with genuine fear as she meets the young stark blazing eyes. If you ever come near one again, if you dare to show her these photos or even try to twist her against me, you will regret it. I swear I won't just stand by it and let you ruin our lives. Anna jokes her hand, clawing at her. But he doesn't release her just yet. Instead, he leans closer, his voice dropping with a deadly whisper. The stand is Ada, the one and will protect her from anyone who tries to hurt her, even if that person is her own sister. Finally, he let go, watching her gasp her breath. Her smugness shattered, replaced by a look of near terror. Tang straightened his gaze, unwavering. This is our last warning, Ada. Stay away from us. Tang stormed into the room, his jaw clenched, but as soon as he catches sight of one standing by the mirror in the towel, drying her hair, his expression softens, his anger fades. Replaced by the longing to be close to her, he holds her and reminds her how much she means to him, but he hesitates, seeing the frustration evident in her face. One notices him through the mirror, her eyes narrowing slightly as he approaches. She rolls her eyes and crosses her arm. Just as she opens her mouth to speak, she stops him. Coldly, don't come any closer. I just took a bath and you smell awful. You're staying in the room. Caught off guard, Young pauses and sniffs himself, realizing she is probably right. Supposing sigh, he nods and turns to her to the bathroom, giving her one last plea. Once he disappeared into the bathroom and take a deep breath, her frustration slowly giving way to pang of guilt. She knows he is hurting. The next morning, Tang returns from the clinic holding a bottle of capsule the doctor finally provided. He had stayed to one's room, a gentle smile on his face, hoping to brighten her mood a little. When the doctor said this capsule will help you to feel better, you need to take one with a warm milk. I will go get ready for you. While simply nods, her expression still a bit cold, though a hint of curiosity flickering in her eyes. She watches him dance toward the kitchen, his steps filled with bubbles. As they carefully warm the milk, keeping an eye on phone, another sees her opportunity. She sneaks into Wine's room. Hey Wine, how are you feeling today? They have been so worried about you, you know. Wine looks up from the book, slightly surprised, but willing to chat. Still unaware of Ada's true intention, as the dog Ada's gaze exclusive to the capsule bottle on the nightstand. Her lips curl into subtle smile as she hands John's. While Wine is distracted, Ada swiftly swipes the original with identical one she had prepared it earlier. Ada standing up, well, I just want to check on you, take care, alright? And don't be too hard on them, he really cares about you. Wine still in her own thoughts, while notice Ada leaves the room, the triumphant look on her face. Few moments later, they enter with the warm milk, his face open at the sight of Wine. He places a glass on the nightstand, picks up one of the capsules and makes it to the milk. Watching it dissolve, Wine takes a glass with a sassy attitude, still pretend to hold on to her irritation. Taking the glass, thanks, but I could have managed myself, you know. The young child watches Wine with a playful glint and his eyes determine to melt his sassy attitude to clear his throat automatically and start making exaggerated silly faces are pretended to mimic her tone. With the body wise, I could have managed myself, you know. I'm Miss Independent. I don't need anyone's help, not even with my milk. Wine tries to keep a straight face, but a smile tugs at the corner of her lips. The young notice turn up the act, pretending to act like her in a overly dramatic way. He claps his hands together and bats his eyelashes. I'm Wine. I'm way too sassy for this milk. Who even drank that? One can't help but burst out laughing, pretending to be faint. No, this S monster has struck me down. One help save him before I turn it to death. I see it as S monster myself. While laughs as well out, unable to stop herself and Jetty spike his arm. Stop it, Young, you're so ridiculous. They both dissolve into laughter and Young feels a sense of peace. Meanwhile, Ada watches Sam from the window. Charles is simmering in her gaze. Her hand clenches into fist to her lips twisted into a smirk. Ada, thinking to herself, laugh all you want, one. Enjoy it while it lasts because this is the last day you will be smiling like that. Soon everything will fall apart. She quickly stepped back, her mind racing with satisfaction at a plan she is silent. The morning is still and quiet. The young aunt races as he hears one retching violently in the bathroom. Her voice rushes to her side, finding her weak, barely able to hold herself. She is waiting and pale. He panics and he kneels beside her, holding her back. Murmuring soothing words to his voice shaking with fear. One, please stay with me. But before he can even help her, she slumps in his arms, unconscious. His heart feels like he is going to explode as his copper in a brittle carry rushing to the car with the limp body. When they reached the hospital, a doctor quickly take him away from him. While he reaches waiting all way, helpless and alone, his mind races as it takes trust to piece together what could have gone. He feels his chest tighten as the minutes stretches and painfully. Mr. Kim, I'm sorry, we did everything we could. Your wife's a widow. The young world crashes around him, his vision blurs as the weight of the doctor's mistake, and his stomach back is like giving out as he falls to his knees. His entire numbing with the shock and pain. How could this happen? He had been so careful with one, watching over and there. Just then, Mr. and Mrs. Kim arrived, having heard the news. His mom stand covered her mouth in horror, tears streaming down her face as she looks at the young, devastated by her son's anguish. His chest places a hand on his shoulder, offering silence about, but even he looks lost for words. Grief taken through his face. The miscarriage was caused by a substance we detected, meant to introduce pregnancy complication, which was found in his system. The doctor would echo in Tyang's mind. He feels a range swimmer within him, harder than anything he has ever felt. A part of him already knows who might be responsible. The realization twisting like a knife in his head, and he rises slowly. He glances at the hospital room where Wild lies unconscious. The weight of his sorrow and anger colliding, Tyang first clutches slightly as he swells himself. Time escapes. One eyes flutter open, the world around her feels numb, but the weight in her heart is unbearable. The doctor will linger in her mind, the equal pain won't leave her. Lost her child because of some and milk. Then gave her. The vision blurs with tears and silence sob escape her. It stares into the just then the doors open. Tiang along with his mother steps in. Quietly his face strained, eyes red and solvent. His mother rushes to Anne, pulling her into a comforting embrace as one buries her face in her shoulder. Finally letting herself cry, the agony pours out in choke sobs, and his mother heartbreak stroke her back. Thing still holding onto the door frame, can barely stand. He watches Swan, his chest tightening painful as he sees her heart broken, and he blames himself. All he ever wanted to protect her and their baby, yet that they are shattered by tragedy he couldn't prevent. When had slipped, her tears stained, melting his look. But worry before he can say another word. Her hand connects sharply with his face, the impact going through the room. Mr. and Mrs. Kim stares stunned by the stun, and one pain is consuming, with anger blazing in her eyes. She pointed a finger at him, poking his chest. It was you who gave me that. You made me drink it. Because of you, I lost her. Her words traveling with a grip and range, each causing piercing tang like a dagger. One place I would never do that. He stammers, his voice choked with anguish. He tried to reach out, but she pulls away. How could this happen, Kim Tang? She cries, her voice filled with despair. You vowed that. You gave it to me. Our child is gone because of you. Things sinks to his knees, beside her bed. His face again with sorrow and whispered brokenly, I'm sorry, I don't know. I would never hurt you or a baby one. Please believe me. But only one shake her head, turning away, its weight of her loss and anger consume her. One turns away, her voice raised with a mixture of heartbreak. Get out, Tiang, just get out. I can't bear to look at you right now. Tiang stand frozen, each word from her stab into his heart. One, please, you have to believe me. I would never do this. To you, to us, I don't know. You don't know. You gave me that medicine. You put in the milk, and now our baby is. Her voice cries, agony making her voice almost a whisper. You have no idea what I'm feeling right now. None. Then clenches his face, his own frustration mixing with despair. But what about me? I swear, Ryan. I will find out who is responsible for this. Whoever did this, I will pay. I won't let them. Stop making excuses. I don't want to hear any of promise or empty ones. I trust Steven looked worried at Gordon's. Tiang opened his mouth to plead with us, but the look on her face stopped him cold. She's done, doesn't want to hear anything from him right now. With a final look at her, he nods, his voice barely above a whisper. I will go, but I promise you, fine, I will make this right. I won't rest until. Without another word, he turned and walks out, his step heavy, his heart shattered, knowing that he had lost not only one person dear to him. Sometime later, Ada rushed into Vine's hospital room, where Vine lay silently, staring at the ceiling. Sat beside her, gently holding her hand. One pan soon entered, stunned by the news of Vine's sketch, and immediately assuming it was Tiang's fault. Mrs. Kim, however, was conflicted. She knew deeply Tiang wanted this child. A short while later, Mrs. Kim and Vine's mother stepped outside the room for a moment, leaving Ada and Vine alone. Ada sat next to her with a subtle smug on her face. Vine, without looking at her, clenched her jaw tightly. Ada, Vine, stop. She wiped her dry tears and turned to Ada, her gaze cold and forgiving. Ada was momentarily taken back. Ada, I am shocked that you have promised. She said, feigning concern, while let out a bitter chuckle. Shocked or just pleased? She raised an eyebrow and Ada's smile faltered for a moment before she quickly masked it. What are you saying, Vine? She asked, feigning innocence. Vine scoffed. What? Ada, I am genuinely sad that you lost your child. Shut up. Her voice was raised, cutting Ada off. Ada stood up, feigning shock. Mrs. Kim and Vine's mother, hearing the commotion, entered the room. What? Everything is alright? Vine turned to her mother with a hard glare. Alright, do you think anything here is alright? I lost my child because of your favorite daughter. One mother looked at her bewildered. It was your careless husband, Vine. No, both of them. They are in this together. They planned this. Her voice cracked as tears began to fill her eyes. Confused and deeply concerned, moved to comfort Vine while her mother looked at her frustrated. Are you blaming your sister for your marriage falling apart? Shaking her head and resigning expression to her face. I know you won't believe me. She searched for her phone and on the bed opened a message she received from unknown sender, showing a series of photos. Look at this. Mrs. Kim was sudden as they focused on the screen photos of Tiang and Ada kissing. One mother looked over her expression, shifting from conflict and anger as she turned to Ada. Ada, Mom, you will never understand. Understand what? You are trying to destroy your own sister's marriage. Ada, no, Mom, you don't get it. I loved them first, but you forced him to marry one just to protect your reputation while I was away. Tiang and I were meant to be together. We had no choice but find a way to get one and a child out of our life. Before she could continue, Van's mom slapped her hard across her face, leaving Ada stunned. Ada, Mom, her shocked expression, her mother slapped her again on the other cheek. If you do really love each other, why don't you confess? From the start, how could you stop so low to harm? Ada, her mouth slippery because it was the young child. I couldn't bear to see her carrying his baby. Before Ada could finish, Mrs. Kim yanked her back at her, delivering a sharp slap on her cheek. Do you think you are to decide the fate of my grandchild? That baby belonged to her, not you. Her voice shook with worry. Just wait here, you will pay for this. Mrs. Kim pulled out a phone and called someone. Her voice was steady and cold. Yes, we found who is responsible for this. They are two culprits, one her own sister and the other her husband. They are both here at the hospital. Everyone is fine. Police will be arrived shortly. They will get all the evidence. They need the photos and everything. Ada, do whatever you want, but remember, Tiang and I belong to be together. We are meant for each other, and Vine needs to stay out of our lives. Vine, trust me, I want the same. I felt nothing but disgust for both of you. Her voice eyes with disgust, taking a deep breath, she added firmly. I want a divorce. Everyone stared at her shocked while others made smugly. Good choice. Tiang will be happy too.